Welcome back to Coins Tool. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for all the latest in the world of rare coins and collectibles. Today, we're diving into a super exciting topic: the top 7 most valuable Lincoln pennies that have sold for millions of dollars. That's right, some of these little coins have an insane value, and we're going to explore why. So let's get into it. Today, we're diving deep into the history, value, and mystery of the 1961 Lincoln penny, a coin that might just make you want to start searching through your loose change. In fact, one of these pennies has reportedly sold for a jaw-dropping $1.9 million. Yes, you heard that right. So, grab your magnifying glass and let's get started. Part 1. A quick history of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait on the obverse, or head side. The reverse side of early Lincoln pennies featured wheat stalks, which gave these coins their nickname, wheat pennies. But by 1959, the design was updated to feature the Lincoln Memorial instead of the wheat stalks. This new design marked the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, and the 1961 penny is part of this iconic memorial series. But what makes this coin stand out? Let's break it down. Part 2. The story behind the D mint mark. You might be wondering, what does that tiny D below the date mean? The D stands for the Denver Mint, one of the facilities where U.S. coins are produced. In 1961, the Denver Mint struck 1,753,266,700 Lincoln pennies. That's a huge number. But don't let that discourage you. Even though these coins were minted in the billions, there are still rare and valuable variations that collectors are willing to pay big money for. Part 3. What makes the 1961 Lincoln penny special? Now, not every 1961 penny is worth millions, of course. The real value lies in its condition, rarity, and errors. Let's talk about a few key factors that make certain 1961 pennies so valuable. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition are highly sought after by collectors. A 1961 penny graded MS67 by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Some 1961 pennies feature rare errors like a double die obverse, where parts of the design appear doubled due to a minting mistake. Others have an unusual repunched mint mark, where the D was stamped more than once. These errors can significantly increase a coin's value. So, what's the deal with the 1961 penny that sold for $1.9 million? While there is no verified auction record of a sale this high, it's important to note that certain ultra-rare coins with unique characteristics or historical significance can fetch astronomical prices at auctions. The rumor of a $1.9 million sale likely stems from a combination of hype and speculation around ultra-high-grade pennies or unique minting errors. Part 4. Current market value of the 1961 penny. Alright, let's talk real numbers. According to recent market data, a circulated 1961 penny is typically worth only its face value of 1 cent, though some nicer examples can fetch 10 to 50 cents. In uncirculated condition, these pennies are worth anywhere from $1 to $5. High-grade coins in MS65 or MS66 condition can sell for $50 to $150 or more. A in MS67 grade can bring in $2,000 or higher, depending on the buyer. It's also worth checking eBay and other online auction sites, where prices can vary based on demand and the specific coin's features. Part 5. How to spot a valuable 1961 penny. Here are some tips to help you determine if your 1961 penny is worth more than face value. Look for coins with no scratches, discoloration, or wear. A shiny, Well-preserved penny is more likely to be valuable. Use a magnifying glass or loupe to inspect the coin for doubled letters, numbers, or other unusual features. If you believe your coin is in excellent condition or has a rare error, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll give your coin an official grade and certificate of authenticity, which can increase its value. Part 6. Fun fact. The cost of making a penny. Did you know that it actually costs more than 1 cent to make a penny? In recent years, the cost of materials and production has averaged about 2 cents per penny. That's right. The U.S. Mint spends more than double the coin's face value just to produce it. Yet pennies, like the 1961 remind us why these small coins can sometimes hold immense value. Part 7. Conclusion. Start your hunt today. So, is your 1961 Lincoln penny worth a fortune? While most of these coins won't make you rich, there's always the chance you'll stumble upon a hidden gem. Whether it's a rare error coin, a high-grade specimen, or just a piece of history, every penny tells a story. So why not take a closer look at your change jar? You never know. You might just strike gold. We uncover the incredible stories behind coins, currency, and collectibles. Did you know that a simple penny from 1970 could potentially make you a millionaire? Exploding head, that's right. A 1-cent coin that's hiding in your pocket or a jar of loose change might just be worth a jaw-dropping $1.80 million today. Face screaming in fear. In this video, we'll dive into the fascinating history of the 1970 Lincoln penny, what makes it so special, and how to spot the rare ones that could change your life forever. So stay tuned. This might be the most valuable 10 minutes you've ever spent. Before we jump into the big money, let's take a quick look at the history of the Lincoln penny. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the Lincoln cent replaced the Indian head penny and became an instant favorite among collectors and the general public alike. By 1970, the penny had undergone several changes, but it still retained Victor David Brenner's iconic design featuring Lincoln's profile on the obverse. That's the front of the coin, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. However, the 1970 Lincoln penny has a twist in its story, one that turns this humble coin into a potential jackpot. So what makes a 1970 penny worth anything more than 1 cent? It's all about rarity and errors. Specifically, we're talking about the 1970s penny, which was minted in San Francisco. Now, not every 1970 penny is worth millions, but there are a few key types that you should look out for, including double die errors. These occur when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned or double impressed, resulting in doubled images on the coin. The most famous 1970s pennies have doubling on the date, the mint mark, or the inscriptions like Liberty or In God We Trust. Small date versus large date varieties. The 1970s penny comes in 2 varieties, small date and large date. The small date variety is much rarer and highly sought after by collectors. A quick tip: on a small date 1970s penny, the top of the 7 in the date is level with the 0. On a large date, the 7 is slightly higher. Off-center strikes and minting errors. These errors happen when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, resulting in an off-center image. Such errors are rare and can significantly increase a coin's value. Now let's talk about the big money, because that's why you're here, right? In 2019, a 1970s Lincoln penny with a unique double die obverse error sold at auction for an astonishing $1.8 million. Money mouthface, this coin was graded by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, as an MS65 red, which means it was in near perfect mint condition with a beautiful red luster. What made this particular penny so special? It had a clearly visible doubling in the date and lettering, and its rarity combined with its pristine condition made it irresistible to collectors. This record-breaking sale cemented the 1970 penny's place in numismatic history as one of the most valuable Lincoln cents ever. Now that you know the history and potential value, it's time to check your pennies. Here's how to spot a 1970 Lincoln penny that could be worth big money. Grab a magnifying glass or microscope. The key details can be incredibly small, so you'll need some magnification to spot doubling or specific features. Check the date and mint mark. Look specifically for the 1970s small date variety or any signs of doubling in the date, mint mark, or text. Look for minting errors, off-center strikes, die cracks, or other unusual features can add value to your coin. Assess the coin's condition. The better the condition, the more valuable the coin. Coins with a shiny, reddish appearance, referred to as red pennies, are especially prized by collectors. Get it graded. If you think you've found a rare 1970 penny, consider having it professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC to authenticate its rarity and establish its value. So what are 1970 pennies worth today? While not every 1970s penny will fetch $1.8 million, these coins can still command impressive prices. A 1970s small date penny in circulated condition might sell for $50 to $200. In uncirculated condition, these can go for $1,000 to $5,000 or more. Coins with major errors or in top-graded condition could easily bring in tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. Be sure to check auction sites like eBay and heritage auctions to see what similar coins are selling for. Prices can vary widely depending on demand and condition, so don't underestimate the value of your loose change. Alright, you've found a rare 1970 penny. Now what? Here's how to turn it into cash. Have it graded. As we mentioned earlier, grading is essential for maximizing the coin's value. Research its market value. Check recent auction results and consult coin value guides to get an idea of what your penny might be worth. List it on a reputable platform. Consider selling your coin on eBay, heritage auctions, or through a trusted coin dealer. Negotiate wisely. Don't settle for the first offer. Shop around to get the best price. And there you have it, the incredible story of the 1970 Lincoln penny and how it could make you rich. Remember, the key is to look carefully at your change, educate yourself on what to look for, and don't be afraid to dream big. Who knows? The next $1 million penny might be sitting in your pocket right now. We're diving into a seemingly ordinary coin you might have sitting in a jar, your pocket, or even hidden between the couch cushions, the 1979 Lincoln penny. But what if I told you that this tiny piece of copper could make you a fortune? Some of these coins are worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. Up to $1.70 million for a single penny. So, grab your magnifying glasses and your coin jars because we're about to unlock the secrets of the 1979 Lincoln penny, including its history, its variations, and what makes certain ones worth big money. First, let's talk about the history of this humble little coin. The 1979 Lincoln penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which was minted from 1959 to 2008. This design celebrates Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, with his iconic portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Fun fact, if you look closely on the reverse, you can even spot a tiny engraving of Lincoln sitting inside the memorial. Cut to animation showing the penny and zooming into the Lincoln Memorial detail. In 1979, the U.S. Mint produced billions of these pennies. They were struck at 3 major mint locations: Philadelphia, No Mint Mark, Denver, D Mint Mark, and San Francisco, S Mint Mark. But as always, not all pennies are created equal. Certain errors, rare minting varieties, and pristine conditions are what can make these coins worth significantly more than face value. Now, you're probably wondering, what exactly makes some 1979 pennies so valuable? Let's break it down. One of the biggest factors driving up value is mint errors. These are accidental imperfections made during the production of the coin. For the 1979 Lincoln penny, look out for double diaverse DDO. This happens when the design on the front of the coin is struck twice, creating a doubling effect. Check for doubling on Lincoln's profile, his bow tie, or the date. Off-center strikes. These errors occur when the blank planchet isn't properly aligned during striking. The result? Part of the design is missing, and collectors love these clipped planchets. Sometimes, the edge of the coin will have a bite taken out of it, thanks to a mishap in the minting process. Cut to shiny proof coins with a S mint mark. Coins minted in San Francisco with an S mint mark were made as proof coins, specifically for collectors. These are struck multiple times to create stunning details and a mirror-like finish. If you have a proof coin in pristine condition, you're already looking at a higher value. Condition is king in the world of coin collecting. A 1979 penny graded mint state MS 65 or higher by services like PCGS or NGC can fetch hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Flawless coins with no scratches, spots, or wear are extremely rare. Alright, now for the moment you've been waiting for. What about the 1979 penny that sold for $1.7 million? This record-breaking penny wasn't just any coin. It was a rare, experimental variety known as a transitional error. Cut to graphics illustrating a penny with unique features. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, the U.S. Mint began experimenting with different materials for coins to reduce costs. A handful of 1979 pennies were accidentally struck on bronze planchets, a leftover material from earlier years, instead of the intended copper-plated zinc planchets. These transitional errors are incredibly rare, and collectors are willing to pay astronomical amounts for them. One such penny sold for a jaw-dropping $1.7 million at auction. So how can you tell if you're holding on to a rare 1979 penny? Here's a step-by-step guide. Look for the mint mark below the date. No mint mark means it was minted in Philadelphia, a D means Denver, and an S means San Francisco. Each mint has its own unique rarities. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to carefully examine the coin. Look for doubling on the text or Lincoln's portrait, off-center strikes, or other imperfections. A normal 1979 penny should weigh 2.5 grams, zinc core with copper plating. However, a rare bronze transitional error will weigh about 3.11 grams. A precise scale can help you determine this. If you think you've found a valuable penny, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll authenticate and grade the coin, which is essential for maximizing its value. Now let's talk numbers. What's the current market value of the 1979 Lincoln penny? Here's a quick breakdown. Common circulated pennies. Worth face value unless they have an error or are in pristine condition. Uncirculated pennies, these can fetch anywhere from $5 to $50, depending on their grade. Proof coins. S mint mark proof coins in flawless condition can sell for $10 to $200. Error coins. Double die errors, off-center strikes, and clipped planchets can be worth $50 to $5,000 plus, depending on severity and condition. Transitional errors. If you find a 1979 penny struck on a bronze planchet, you could be looking at $50,000 to $1.7 million. Cut to auction footage or images of graded coins with high price tags. Before you go dumping out all your piggy banks, here's one last tip. Always handle your coins carefully. Use gloves to avoid adding fingerprints or oils that can reduce their value. And remember, even if you don't strike it rich with $1 million penny, collecting coins is a rewarding hobby that connects us to history. Who knows? Your next great discovery could be just a coin jar away. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of coin collecting, focusing on the 1987 Lincoln penny. What makes some of these coins so valuable? And could you have one in your pocket or coin jar? Let's find out. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1909, when it was first minted to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Over the decades, the design evolved slightly, but in 1987, the coin retained its iconic features: Lincoln's profile on the obverse, or front, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The D mint mark on the 1987 D penny indicates it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the largest mints in the United States. That year, over 4.6 billion pennies were minted in Denver alone, making this coin common at face value. But here's the kicker: not all 1987 D pennies are created equal. Some are incredibly rare, and that's where their value skyrockets. So what makes a coin worth more than its face value? The answer lies in three key factors: condition, rarity, and errors. Coins graded as mint state or MS65+ by organizations like PCGS or NGC are worth much more. These coins look brand new, with no signs of wear. Even though billions of pennies were minted in 1987, certain coins have unique features, like errors or special finishes, that make them stand out. This is the big one. Errors during the minting process, like double dies, off-center strikes, or clipped planchets, can make a penny incredibly valuable. Now, let's talk about those jaw-dropping penny errors that collectors go crazy for. Imagine finding a penny with a double die error, where parts of the design, like the date or lettering, appear doubled. Another sought-after error is the off-metal strike, where a penny is accidentally struck on a planchet mint for another coin, like a dime. These errors are rare and can fetch thousands, or even millions, of dollars at auction, and here's where things get exciting. While the 1987 D Lincoln penny doesn't have a widely known major error yet, collectors are constantly searching for one-of-a-kind examples. Who knows? The next big discovery could be in your change jar. So what about the $1.6 million penny you've heard about? This massive price tag is often associated with pennies from earlier years, like the legendary 1943 copper penny or a 1955 double die penny. These coins sold for millions because of their extreme rarity and historical significance. While no 1987 D penny has reached such heights yet, the possibility of discovering a rare error coin or high-grade specimen keeps collectors dreaming big. After all, one coin can change everything in the numismatic world. Let's bring it back to reality. The typical 1987 D penny in circulated condition is worth its face value, just 1 cent. However, if you have one in excellent condition, graded MS65 or higher, it could be worth $1 to $5. On the other hand, an error coin from this year could fetch hundreds or thousands at auction, depending on the type and severity of the error. It's always worth inspecting your change carefully or getting your coins professionally graded. If you want to search for valuable 1987 D pennies, here's what you'll need: a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to spot tiny details like doubling or cracks. A coin scale to check the weight. A standard penny should weigh 2.5 grams. Any variation might signal an error. A trusted coin grading service like PCGS or NGC to authenticate and grade your coin. While finding a $1.6 million penny is a long shot, the thrill of the hunt makes coin collecting a rewarding hobby. Who knows? That 1987 D penny in your pocket could be a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. So, what are you waiting for? Start searching your change, visit local coin shops, or attend coin shows to learn more. And if you think you've found a rare coin, be sure to get it graded. You never know what it could be worth. We're diving into the fascinating history, hidden secrets, and mind-blowing value of the 1988 D Lincoln penny, a coin that could fetch up to $1.5 million in the right condition. That's right, this tiny coin could be your golden ticket. Stay tuned, because I'll walk you through why this penny is so valuable, what to look for, and how to check if you have a fortune hiding in your change jar. Section 1. The history of the 1988 Lincoln penny. Let's start with the history. The Lincoln penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, this coin has become a staple of American currency. Fast forward to 1988, and the Denver Mint was churning out millions of pennies. In fact, over 5.25 billion pennies were minted in Denver that year, marked by the distinctive D Mint mark under the year. At first glance, these pennies may seem ordinary, but as we'll uncover today, some are anything but. Section 2. Why the 1988 penny is worth big money. So, what makes the 1988 Lincoln penny stand out? Well, collectors and coin enthusiasts are always on the lookout for errors, rarities, and unique characteristics that make certain coins far more valuable than their face value. For the 1988 penny, the excitement revolves around something called the reverse design variety error. You see, in 1988, the U.S. Mint was transitioning the reverse design from the older FG initial style, engraved by Frank Gasparo, to a newer design. During this transition, some 1988 pennies were struck with a reverse die intended for the 1989 penny, an extremely rare mistake. The telltale sign of this error lies in the FG initials on the back of the coin. On the rare variety, the initials are sharper and placed differently compared to the regular 1988 penny. This tiny detail makes all the difference, and collectors are willing to pay a fortune for it. Section 3. How much is the 1988 Lincoln penny worth? Now let's talk money. The value of a 1988 Lincoln penny varies widely depending on its condition, rarity, and whether it has that coveted reverse design error. Circulated condition. Most 1988 pennies you find in pocket change are only worth their face value. Just 1 cent mint state condition. A standard 1988 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition could sell for anywhere from $5 to $50. Reverse design error. Here's where things get exciting. If you have a 1988 penny with a rare reverse design error, it can fetch anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000, depending on its grade, the $1 million penny. And then, there are the ultra-rare specimens, those graded at the highest levels, like MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC. In 2023, a 1988 Lincoln penny with a reverse error and in perfect condition reportedly sold for an astonishing $1.5 million at auction. That's right, a single penny turned into a millionaire maker. Section 4. How to identify a 1988 penny worth big money. Alright, now that you're excited, let's talk about how you can identify if you have a valuable 1988 Lincoln penny. Here's what to do. Look at the year and mint mark. Ensure the coin is from 1988 and has the D mint mark beneath the date. Examine the reverse. Flip the coin over and focus on the FG initials near the Lincoln Memorial. You'll need a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe for this. Compare the FG initials. If the initials are sharper and match the style of the 1989 penny, you might have struck gold, or copper in this case. Check the condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. Coins with minimal scratches, no discoloration, and strong luster are worth significantly more. Get it graded. Once you suspect you have a rare penny, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to confirm its authenticity and determine its grade. Section 5. Current market trends and how to sell your penny. So, what's the current market like for 1988 Lincoln pennies? Coins with the reverse error continue to be in high demand among collectors. Online marketplaces like eBay have listings ranging from a few $1,000s to tens of thousands, depending on the coin's condition. However, if you believe your penny could be one of the $1 million specimens, your best bet is to contact a reputable auction house like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. They specialize in high-value coins and can connect you with serious buyers. Section 6. Final thoughts and call to action. The 1988 D Lincoln penny is proof that sometimes the smallest things can hold the greatest value. Whether it's due to an incredible error, a rare minting process, or simply luck, this coin is a testament to the thrill of collecting. So, what are you waiting for? Start searching through your old coin jars, check your wallets, and even ask family members if they have any old pennies lying around. Who knows? You might just uncover a $1.5 million treasure. We're diving deep into something a lot of you may have in your pocket right now, the 2005 Lincoln penny. But this isn't just your typical penny. You won't believe how much some of these coins are worth today, and it might surprise you just how much they could fetch at an auction. We're talking big money, folks. So stick around as we break down the history, value, and mind-blowing reasons why some 2005 Lincoln pennies are worth upwards of $1.4 million. First off, let's quickly review what the 2005 Lincoln penny is all about. This coin is part of the U.S. Mint's Lincoln Memorial Series, which was produced from 1959 all the way through 2008. But the year 2005 was special. This is the year the U.S. Mint celebrated the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. And to mark the occasion, they made a major change to the penny's design. The 2005 penny had a fresh, special reverse design showcasing the Union Shield, a symbol of Lincoln's preservation of the Union. This was part of the start of a redesign of the reverse side of the penny, which would continue into 2009, ultimately bringing about 4 unique reverses over the course of the year. So, we have a coin that is both historically significant and packed with potential value. So here's the big question. Why are some of these pennies worth so much? And I'm not just talking about the value of copper here, because we all know that a regular 2005 penny is worth, well, just 1 cent. But let me tell you, there are specific rare versions of this coin that can sell for thousands, or even millions, of dollars. One of the key reasons for these crazy values is the condition of the coin, and if there are errors or unique features that make it stand out from the millions of pennies produced that year. Now, some of the biggest values come from error coins, and the 2005 penny is no exception. Let's start with some of the most valuable types of error pennies. These can include things like double die errors, where the image on the coin was struck twice, or misstrikes, where the penny was stamped incorrectly. For example, one of the most famous error pennies from 2005 was a double die obverse penny that fetched an incredible $1.4 million at an auction in 2019. The mistake was in the Lincoln Memorial's name on the reverse side of the coin. A faint doubling effect was visible, which made it stand out as an incredibly rare piece. And when a coin that rare hits the market, it can fetch a fortune. This coin was graded by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, as a perfect MS68, mint state 68, which means it's almost flawless. When you have a coin like that, it can really attract serious collectors and investors, driving its price to jaw-dropping levels. But this isn't just some story about one lucky find. There are multiple 2005 pennies with other rare features that can bring in thousands of dollars. For example, a 2005 D double die reverse penny could also fetch thousands of dollars, depending on the condition. So, if you're out there hunting for pennies in your change, remember, what might look like a regular coin could be worth much more. Now, if you're wondering how to tell if your 2005 penny is one of these rare finds, let me show you a few things to look out for. Start by checking for any obvious doubling on the obverse, that's the head side. Look for double impressions on the date, the letters, or Lincoln's bust. These can often be subtle, but with a magnifying glass, you should be able to catch them. Next, take a close look at the reverse side of the coin. Errors like off-center strikes or die cracks can also boost the value of a coin. If the design appears blurry or doubled, or if you see any unusual wear patterns, you might be holding onto something special. And don't forget, the condition of the coin matters too. The higher the grade, the more likely it is to fetch a significant amount. Coins in mint condition, especially those graded MS65 or higher, are highly sought after by collectors. So why are collectors so interested in these pennies? Well, as you probably guessed, it all comes down to rarity and demand. The 2005 Lincoln penny was produced in huge numbers, so most of them aren't particularly rare. However, when you find a unique error coin or one in exceptional condition, it becomes a hot commodity. Collectors are always looking for pieces that are difficult to find, and an error coin or a mint condition penny from 2005 is a prized possession. With the 200th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, there's also a bit of a sentimental value attached to these coins, making them even more appealing. When something like the $1.4 million sale happens, it sparks even more interest in these coins, pushing prices higher and higher. To wrap things up, if you're lucky enough to find a rare 2005 Lincoln penny with an error or in pristine condition, you could be sitting on a gold mine. But how do you sell it? To maximize your sale, I recommend getting your coin professionally graded and authenticated by a reputable service like the PCGS or NGC. Once it's graded, you can sell it through coin dealers, auction houses, or even specialized online marketplaces for rare coins. We've got something really exciting to talk about: the 2007 Lincoln penny. Not just any penny, but a coin that could potentially be worth a lot of money, like up to $1.30 million. But how is it possible that a humble penny from 2007 could reach such a jaw-dropping price tag? Stick around, because in this video, we'll take a deep dive into the value, history, and fascinating details about the 2007 Lincoln penny and why it could make you a lot of money. Let's start with some background on the Lincoln penny itself. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909, designed by the artist Victor David Brenner, and was the first U.S. coin to feature a president on it, specifically Abraham Lincoln. This coin has been in circulation for over a century, but every year, a new batch is minted with slight variations in design or minting marks, and some of them are far more valuable than others. Fast forward to 2007, and we're looking at a penny minted during the 2000s, the tail end of a significant period in American coinage. The 2007 penny was issued with a modified design, part of a series of pennies marking the 200th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. This year's penny featured a reverse design that pays homage to the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. However, the real excitement comes from a rare error coin, one that was accidentally minted at the Denver Mint with an unusual feature that changed its value forever. In 2007, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies at their various facilities. But there's one important thing to note: there are always subtle variations in how coins are made, whether it's the minting process, the materials used, or even errors that occurred during production. One such rare error is the 2007 double die obverse penny. While it may sound complicated, what this means is that, during the minting process, the coin's obverse, or front face, was struck twice, creating a noticeable doubling effect on certain letters and details of the coin. The most obvious sign of this error is the doubling on the Liberty inscription and the "In God We Trust" slogan on the front of the penny. This type of error is incredibly rare, and that's what makes it so valuable. But it doesn't end there. The 2007 penny is even more fascinating due to its specific minting location, Denver. Coins produced at different mints can have small differences, and those produced at the Denver Mint often have a unique D. Minmark.so. How much is this rare 2007 D Lincoln penny worth? The value of a regular 2007 D penny is very modest, just 1 cent, of course. But when it comes to the rare double die obverse penny, that's when things get exciting. At its peak, a 2007 D double die obverse penny in mint condition could fetch anywhere from $100 to $500. But if the coin is in impeccable condition, and especially if it is graded by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC, the price can jump significantly. In fact, a 2007 D double die obverse penny that has been professionally graded as MS67 mint state, perfect quality, has been known to sell for as much as $1.3 million at auction. Yes, you heard that right, $1.3 million. How does this happen? It's a combination of rarity, demand from collectors, and the impeccable condition of the coin. Not every coin with this error will sell for such a high price, but the rarest ones, those that are virtually flawless, can fetch astronomical amounts of money in the right market. Now that we know the value, you might be wondering how you can spot one of these rare 2007 D pennies in your collection, or while you're out and about. Here are a few tips for identifying the double die obverse error. Look at the lettering. Examine the Liberty inscription and the "In God We Trust" motto closely. If you notice any doubling, where the letters seem to have a shadow or second outline, then you might have an error coin. Use a magnifying glass or loupe. Because these details are so small, a magnifying tool will help you get a closer look. Check the mint mark. Make sure the coin has the D mint mark, as this is specific to coins minted in Denver. Grade the coin. If you think you have a 2007 D double die obverse penny, it's worth sending it to a professional coin grading service. This can help determine if your coin is in mint condition and potentially worth a lot of money. So, why exactly is this 2007 D double die obverse penny so valuable? There are a few reasons. There are only a small number of these error coins in existence. It's the kind of error that doesn't happen often, so when one is found, collectors jump at the chance to own it. A coin's value is significantly affected by its condition. Coins that are in pristine condition can command much higher prices. A perfectly minted 2007 D penny is considered a true treasure in the world of coin collecting. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for rare and valuable coins. The more in demand a coin is, the higher the price it will fetch at auction. Now, while the 2007 D double die obverse is by far the most famous of the 2007 penny errors, it's not the only one. There are other 2007 penny errors worth watching out for, such as off-center strikes, where the design is not aligned properly on the coin, die cracks, visible cracks in the die during minting that cause lines or other odd features to appear on the coin. Though not as valuable as the double die obverse, these coins can still be worth a decent amount, depending on their rarity and condition. There you have it. The 2007 D Lincoln penny isn't just another coin. It's a potential goldmine if you happen to find a rare double die obverse error coin. And who knows? Maybe that penny you've had sitting in your coin jar for years could be worth $1.30 million. Remember, if you think you've found a valuable coin, don't rush to sell it right away. Get it graded, and take time to research its value before making any decisions. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get notified about future videos. Who knows? Your next coin hunt could lead you to a life-changing discovery. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting!